Tips and ideas with Alice Bay, as always, looking stunning. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Fishy.
Looking red this morning.
Obviously.
And you're well accompanied. We have Counselor par excellence, our number one resource person, Marceline B. Good morning.
Good morning, Percy.
We're glad to have you ladies here because we want a lot of wisdom when it comes to how we can protect our children. We have heard the stories of children being harmed, whether sexually abused or even killed. It's time for us to find out ways for that not to happen again. Mm-hmm. So maybe you introduce and then we get the counselor's take.
Yeah. Combating this child abuse, sexual abuse, is a phenomenon that we really have to take into consideration. We parents, and not only parents, but when you talk of a parent, it's not only you are not only being a parent of a particular child, but to all children. Yeah. So it involves everybody who sees a child loitering around, or who sees a child who is maybe in distress, or a child that is being frightened or feels like needs help. You should intervene. Don't abandon them. It can be obvious for you to meet a lonely child on the street and try to question the child. You might find the child going astray. You might find the child being missing. You might find the child needing help, and you can be of help to that child. So don't only consider your own children, but any child around you. Let us be their watch. A watch over every child around our environment or everywhere where we belong, because it is really becoming alarming.
A quick question to Marceline. When we talk about child sexual abuse, what is it exactly? Because people think it's just the act, but there could be many other ways.
Of course, Percy, there are many other ways. Touching the child where you're not supposed to touch, inappropriate touching, it's harassing the child sexually. When you force the child maybe to sit on you, I take an example, some uncles, they come out, they lie on the bed and they ask the young girls to run and come and fall on them while they're erect. And each time you have to position yourself well so that you fall on a particular, on the penis. And it becomes an abuse to the children because these children are falling on them. They don't know what is happening. Right. It is traumatizing them. Now, sexual abuse has become very common in our families. Very, very common. You have stepdads going along with their stepdaughters. You have fathers going along with their own daughters, fathers with their own sons. I have a case that happened here in Yaoundé like 8 years ago. A father raped his own son to death. An 8-year-old child. And this child was crying throughout the night. In the morning, when they did not see this child, they said it had happened again and again. And this man was taken to prison, and a few years after, he's on the street. So this is something that has been recurring. And you see uncles that come to visit. They come maybe with their own friends. You see, you allow your children to their mercy, for their guidance. They just know that this uncle is nice towards me, but the uncle is not just being nice. And most often, I want to blame the parents because when these children come towards them, maybe they want to explain to you what has been happening. From a childhood, we tend to shun our children from telling us what is happening around them. And as they grow older, they don't see that need of coming again to explain to you. Because when they come, of course, you tell them that you like to complain too much, you like to report people, you like to. Yeah. But from the base, if you're able to allow these children express themselves, they become very comfortable. And once there is something around them that is not going well, they will rush to you, or they will rush to another person that they have that trust with, so that they can be able to express themselves.
Marceline, you've raised a very important point. We're going to start within the family, how we can combat child sexual abuse. What are your thoughts?
Yeah. First of all, we need great communication. You must communicate with your children. Yeah. Communicating with a child is the best thing you can ever do because you get to know the child better. Yes. From the age of maybe even from birth, just holding the child close to you, you get to discover the faults or little things that the child needs from you.
Even without talking.
Even without talking. Yes. At times they don't talk, but they can portray some gestures that makes you think. Yeah, you might have a handicapped child you don't know because you're away from the child. Communicate with those children. Listen to them. Whatever they are saying, even if it is not interesting, listen to the child. As you create that habit of communicating with the children, they will tell you everything that they go through and you will know what to do.
Communication is the first point. What is the next one?
The first one is appropriate and inappropriate touch of children. The way people, even within themselves, or the ones who are a little bit senior to them, teach the children, educate them on the parts of their body, where they should be touched and where they should not be touched. The child should know. If you touch a child or a female child, touch the breast, the child should come and tell you, Mom, this my brother or my sister has touched me here. And you should, the parent is going to know how to address such a situation. You should not just allow the children to be on their own. The next other point is how to tell the children to say no to situations that are unfavorable. You might have an uncle, as she rightly said, at home who is trying to date a child, but you don't know.
Yeah.
The child should be able to tell the parent or the uncle, I don't want it. No, I will tell mommy what you are trying to do. They should know when to say yes, and they should know when to say no on what situation they should. Now, we're also going to look at neighbors.
Yeah, well, I wanted us to get to the community now that we've talked about the family. We get to the community. You say something about that, maybe 2 points each, and then we move to school setting, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's get to community.
Talking about the neighbors, before you even communicate let your children communicate with neighbors. Learn to know who the neighbor is. Learn to know who the neighbor. You're an adult. You can master or take time to educate somebody, and you know who the person is before you start letting your children go closer to the person. But then, if you people are so nice or you describe as a good neighbor, the neighbor can come into your family as well as you can also move into their family by a friendly relationship, and you should have limits. The neighbor can assist you, maybe pick up your children from school, and you have to tell the child, he or she is our neighbor. Once you come back home, you make sure you come to the house, or if you're staying with the neighbor, nobody touches you or anybody goes across your wheel. Tell the neighbor, man, this is what this person is trying to do to me. Because we can't do without neighbors at times. They help. But then you should also know who the neighbor is. And neighbors should also take upon themselves. Once you have a good neighbor, try to find out what is happening in your environment. You might be staying here and they're raping the child next door, and because people do not communicate, or you live at loggerheads, and you see things that happen around us. A child can even die beside you.
It's the case of little Divine.
Because you don't want to intervene.
Who was really screaming from 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. and nobody stepped down.
Nobody stepped down.
What should the community do when it comes to that?
They are living at loggerheads.
Yeah,
they are not together.
Let's get your take.
Yes. I think it's a sad situation, knowing that when we were growing up, a child in the community is everybody's child. I don't know where we have fallen out or what has happened to the communal lifestyle that we had as families, as a society. Yeah. You see, we live in a neighborhood. You might not know people very well. Even if you know somebody who is nice, you might not. I want to differ a bit, Alice, because you might know somebody who is nice, but you don't know the person's intentions towards you and why the person is being nice. What I think we should avoid is letting our children, setting boundaries and telling our children how to respect these boundaries.
Yes.
If anybody is going beyond this boundary, let the person stop. Come back home and report home. If you cannot report to mommy because mommy is always shouting, talk to your aunt. Make a phone call to somebody that you trust and let them know what you're going through. Coming back to the community, I think it is our common responsibility to protect our children. You see a child out at night who is wondering about, you should be able to call them, find out what they are doing, where they are going to, who sent them, and why they are out at this time of the night. If it is possible, get a contact and get to their families. If don't facilitate these things. There is a child, maybe a young girl that they have shouted at home, and then she moves out, and the next thing she sees you on the road, stops you, please, I need transport to go somewhere, and you just remove transport and give because you want to be nice. You are not helping that child in any way. You have rather to go back to where this child is coming from. Take this child along. You are angry, yes, you were shouted at, but let's go back home and talk it out. Yeah. Your home is the safest place where you can be. You cannot have safety out of your home. Yeah. Now, as parents in the community, I want to plead that we should go back to the moral standing where every child is your child, where you feel every child's pain, and where you want to grow up responsible citizens in this country, where you can see a child that is dressing improperly and you call the child to order, where you can get a child crying and you don't wait to get the worst scenario, you rush there to the scene to find out but what is really happening.
Be each other's keeper.
Be each other's keeper. That is the word I was looking for.
Thank you so much, ladies, for this. It's good for us to find out the perspective of the church. How is the church reacting to the recent intolerable acts of violence against children? We have Father Paul of the St. Joseph's Anglophone Parish, Bokade.
The first thing I will tell the viewers is that the church condemns these acts against children. The church is against any violence on human beings, and our children are human beings, and we cannot accept such things. The Bible, Jesus Christ taught us that who welcomes a child, welcome him. You see, when he was talking with his disciples, and the women were bringing their children, that they should be blessed. And the disciple, the apostle, they did not want it. They let me rest. But he was angry at them, saying, no, let the children come to me. So what we are seeing here today is very dangerous. We are just calling people to be mindful of the gravity of the situation. As far as our school are concerned, first, we teach our children to be safety. So from your home to the school, from the school to your house. Because that's the first thing you do. It's not good to go around, because when you are going around, it becomes dangerous for you. At school, we teach them to also be prudent. Because, rapists are everywhere. It can be a teacher, it can be, we cannot. So you have to be prudent. Don't rely on people. Rely on yourselves, and also try to make sure that you are always in group with all your classmates. When you are alone, when you are going home, you have to be in groups. Don't be alone. Be friend. Work with your friends and stay at home. The other thing we also teach our children then, the contact with stranger have to be very careful. Do not allow any stranger to come to you, because you don't know them. And the stranger are dangerous people sometimes. And when you are home, lock the doors, be there, do not move from Kwachi to Kachi. So those are simple measure of safety we are giving them. And I think if all of us, we do that, I think we can protect them. We can succeed to protect them. We are very sorry that we have seen those kind of things happen in our countries, and then we just pray that at least prayer also a solution. Praying means that we appeasing the heart of people to be concerned, to have a concern for the children.
Wow, thank you so much, Father Paul, for that. He has summarized the other part of what we want to talk about when it comes to protecting your children in school. But you ladies have some final words before we move on to the next thing.
I'll just jump into this point rapidly. Parents should make sure their children master their numbers. Because if the child gets missing somewhere, at least the parents' number can help faster. And also what they learn on social media, watch their phone. Make sure you control what they're studying on social media, because it misleads them.
Beautifully said. What about it?
I think parents should be able to pray together with their families, pray with your husbands, pray with the people that are living in your house. Each time you meditate, it gives them that urge not to do negative things. And if they had that feeling in mind, they are going to turn away from it. And also the use of drugs, it should be minimized within our country.
Absolutely. We protect our children in so many ways. You ladies have summarized it beautifully. It's challenge time on Cameroon Feeling. So we're going to start with our first challenge, and then we'll move on to the next one that's more Eastery. So this one is smell the spice.
How good is your nose? Can you smell what you eat?
Okay, so it's very easy. These are our competitors. You have to smell the spice and put the right tag on each spice. And then we will have the chef say if it's right or wrong. So I'm going to ask this competitor to turn around. Okay. You don't have to see what Alice is doing. Okay? There you go.
Is your nose good enough?
3, 2, 1, Alice, go. First spice. Don't say it. Just put the tag. Next one. Last one.
There's the 4 of them.
Oh, the third. She's not even. She's not.
No.
She's smelling it from here.
Cook.
What a nose.
Why?
Okay. Chef, go and take a look. Don't say anything yet. You only say who got it right or wrong at the end.
That was fast. Okay. You have a strong nose.
All righty.
I'm not a chef. I'll give you that.
Okay, so I have to take a quick look while I use the opportunity to take it. Okay. Yeah. Chef, these spices are too easy for Alice. We'll find out.
I'm a chef.
Okay. Marceline, you can turn.
At last. Contestants, we should have swapped you.
All right, I can see Marceline is concentrating. She has to take a good look. And you put it in front.
Okay.
Yes. Yes, you put it like this. This is to find out, because they say women, they don't even need to taste it. They know the spice from the scent. So smell the spice, chef.
Now I'm feeling like I gave a very easy challenge because I mean, what's going on here? What's going on here? Okay.
I'm going to give the cameraman an opportunity to zoom at responses, and we'll have the chef declare who got it right. Are we good? Okay. So, chef, verdict time.
Drum rolls, please. Well, these women are very great cooks. It's very obvious from their sense of smell because they got it correct. All of
They
them.
both did?
So it's a tie. It's a tie. I'm going to give you guys each a packet of my Spice My Brains.
Wow.
Spicy.
Okay, so now we get to the hard one. Mafani was in charge of this, Mafani, the producer. So if it's easy, then I'll deal with him later on. But it's got to do with Easter. It's an Easter quiz.
For me?
You're participating too, so I don't have to show you the answer. So I give you questions, I give you multiple answers, and you declare the right answer, and I'll tell you if you're right or wrong.
Okay.
Okay? All right. First question. What was the name of the garden where Jesus was arrested? A, Garden of Eden, Garden of Gethsemane, Garden of Olives, or Garden of Zion?
Gethsemane.
Gethsemane.
Gethsemane. Good. Clap for yourselves, ladies. Mafani, this is easy. Okay. Who cut off the ear of the high priest servant during Jesus' arrest? I will ask just one person.
Peter.
I didn't even get the answer. She's right. Clap for her. Okay, I didn't know I had pastors here. What was the inscription placed above Jesus on the cross? A, Son of God. B, King of Kings. C, Jesus of Nazareth, King of the Jews. D, Savior of the world.
Nazareth, King of the Jews.
Give it up.
Oh, Sunday school.
Which prisoner was released instead of Jesus? Alice, if you don't get this one.
Oh, Lord.
A, Barabbas. B, Matthias. C, Clap for her. Okay, let's get this one. Who asked Pilate for Jesus' body? A, Nicodemus. B, Joseph of Arimathea. C, Peter. D, John.
Joseph of Arimathea.
Give it up for.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Okay, let's find out if you know this one. You must know this one, or if not, we'll sack you.
Oh, no, I cannot.
What spice mixture was used in Jesus' burial, according to John? A, frankincense and gold. B, myrrh and aloes. C, oil and wine. D, salt and herbs.
Salt and herbs?
Frankincense and gold.
Frankincense. Oh, my God.
You all got it wrong. Yay, finally. Yes, myrrh and aloes.
Myrrh and aloes.
Mary and Alice. Now I have to go research about that.
Yes, but we've not sacked you. Finally, what did Jesus say on the cross just before he died? A, it is finished. B, I am thirsty. C, Father, forgive them. D, all of the above. Wait, D, all of the above.
All of the above.
Answer.
Father, forgive them for the no.
Wrong. It's all of the
All of
above.
the above. You said all of those things before here.
And final question for all of us, well, all of you. Bonus for the, Mafani says bonus for the loser. Okay, what sign did Judas, what sign did Judas use to identify Jesus to the soldier? A, a handshake. B, C, a bow. And D, a hey, a wave. What sign did he use to identify Jesus?
Who is that? I did not get the question.
Judas, what sign?
We have to give Mafani
kiss.
a point for this one because it's hard.
That was a kiss.
It's a kiss of death.
Yes.
Clap for yourselves. Thank you all for spending this morning with us, but I can't wrap up this show without you giving one word of message again on how we can protect our children, because it's part of our focus of today. Marceline.
To our brothers, to our fathers out there, please, if you feel that you have the feelings towards a young girl, go for checkup. You could be suffering from a mental illness. It is very important that you meet a psychologist and express yourself so that you can be helped.
Alice.
Respect the dignity of our little girls and let them grow. We are pleading.
Finally.
This one goes to the community. Don't turn a blind eye. Always check in. if you get the slightest disturbance or noise, be your neighbor's keeper and make sure that there's nothing out of sorts going on around your neighborhood.
Chef Brains, don't forget to get her book, Spice of Life.
Spices of Life.
Spices of Life.
Yeah.
And from us to you all, it's Happy Easter.
Happy Easter.